Hey guys, this is Chris with Stealth Success. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today for day 4 of the VA mini course. And today we'll be talking about the working hours of a virtual assistant. But first, I want to ensure you guys and remind you to make sure during the interview process that you do ask your virtual assistant what hours they could expect to work. If that's full-time, part-time, if they're expecting to work during specific hours, and so on. But with that, now let's hop into the virtual assistant working hours. So depending on the job that you're looking to hire for your virtual assistant, and if they have any types of other responsibilities, this all really depends on how many hours they can work. Also during the interview process, this is where you would want to ask them, what hours would you be able to work, and if there's any days where they may be able to not work. So I would highly recommend that you guys make sure to ask that. That's crucial for your business and for your virtual assistant. You guys need to have great communication between each other and make sure you guys are both on the same page with all instances. So for training, after you hire your virtual assistant, you want to make sure that you're training with them for anywhere for 2 to 4 to 6 hours per day. So on the 6-hour side, that's a little bit long for your virtual assistant, but you got to remember that you're teaching them a lot of different things. You want them to work hands-on. You want them to see visually what you're looking for when you're doing your listings or your item research or your customer service stuff. So guys, remember that this is sort of just an estimate of what you want to look for when you're working with your virtual assistant during the training time. And make sure you have, something like documentations or even small videos of what your virtual assistant would be doing for this task, whether that's, listing items or customer service or item research. And for training stuff, I wouldn't really recommend having them do order processing and more of the technical stuff right away, since that's just a little bit harder to deal with at first. You want to get their feet wet and then really show them the works after they understand. But after training, it really depends on their other responsibilities. If they only work part-time, that's what you can only work with. You may have to hire a virtual assistant to work the other part-time so that you can have 2 virtual assistants working in a full-time period together. But if you only have one virtual assistant and this is their full-time job, be sure to understand how many hours are going to work. And honestly, I wouldn't have them work over 12 hours per day. And if you at least do have them work 12 hours or 10 hours or 11 hours, I would make sure to have mandatory breaks. So whether that's 1 hour or 30 minutes, 15 minutes or 10 minutes, and those breaks are scattered throughout their shift. That's really crucial because these virtual assistants will get into the groove of their shift, which is fine. But the problem is that they'll be sitting there for 12 hours or 10 hours, which is a very long time, and their brain just needs a mental break for that short period of time. And this gives them a chance to get up or walk around, get a drink, get something small to eat, and pretty much just regenerate them for whether that's till the next break or just for the remaining time on their shift. And again, guys, this all depends on how many hours your virtual assistant can work, whether that's if this is their full-time gig or if this is just a part-time hustle for them. So make sure you do clarify that within the interview process and after you hire your virtual assistant on what hours they can expect to work. And also another thing is, in my standpoint, I have my virtual assistant work whatever times is best for them, but we also agreed on a time frame. So generally she'll work from anywhere around 8 to 10 hours, and pretty much that's just based on how long it takes her to list items and do customer service and process orders. So guys, just remember when you're starting out, you want to just give them the easy things first, get their feet wet with what they're supposed to do. And the most important thing with dropshipping is listing your items. So that's what I would recommend having them do first. But once you get them working and understand what hours they can work and how they work, make sure that you slowly add on more tasks, as they can handle it, of course. and to understand how many hours they can work. Just remember, if they do have other responsibilities or they can only work part-time, do not give them more work than what they can do within that certain amount of time. You have to remember that the virtual assistants may take longer to do the task than what it takes you to do the task, because you have it, mentally trained within you, to where compared to a virtual assistant or even somebody that you would try to train in general, it may take them a lot longer to actually do that task. So just remember, guys, you need to work with your virtual assistant. Ask them how many hours they're expecting to work, if they're expecting to work during certain time frames, and just be on the same page with them. Guys, working with your virtual assistant is really easy. Just be sure to communicate with them and be on top of everything. So again, let's look ahead. And guys, if you haven't, let's actually join the Facebook group, and I'll go ahead and pull that up now so I can show you what it looks like. Alrighty, so here's the new Stealth Success Online e-commerce Facebook group that I've created so that we could all come on here, collab together, figure out what the best strategy is for you. And if you have any ideas or any topics that you want to share, maybe somebody else may know, and also where you guys can reach out to me and I may be able to ask and answer any questions to you guys, and just a place where we can collab and meet and talk about new business ideas and how we can become more profitable online and with different e-commerce business models. So guys, go ahead, the link is definitely down in the description. Make sure you go ahead and join the group, and also make sure to check out the Dropshipping VA mini course playlist on the YouTube channel. As you can see, the previous days that were added. And yet, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for tomorrow.